Hello everyone and welcome to BISP Solutions. I am CS Anjana Mishra, working as the lead functional consultant at BISP Solutions. I specialize in synthesizing and analyzing the financial data. I have almost 7 years of experience in NetSuite, HFM, FCCS, and so others. BISP Solutions is a tech company providing technological solutions across the globe. We have a far-flung proficiency in end-to-end implementation and support. Today, we'll be looking on chart of accounts under the Oracle NetSuite application. A chart of accounts is the list of all the accounts that is used by the business entity or your organization to record and categorize the financial transactions. COA or my chart of accounts is actually used as an organizing entity or to organize the finances of the entity and to segregate it into expenditures, revenue, asset, and liabilities so that the interested parties, be it your stakeholders, the owners, and so others, who are the users of your financial information, a better understanding of the financial health of the company. A chart of accounts is the list of all the accounts, that is accounts and the numbers that are present into your general ledger report. COA is the backbone of the financial system. Chart of accounts in most of the ERP system and in most of the entities is divided or segregated into chart fields or segments. COA is comprised of individual chart fields or segments, as in here, that when linked together provide a special identification characteristics. Chart fields are individual valid values used in unique combination called the chart strings to capture data for management and financial accounting. So this is what is actually used in this sense. As you can see on your screen, these are the stringed accounts that are present into the chart of account in most of the ERP system and most of the accounting entities when they account for. As you can see, this is a segmented string of any account that contains the chart field for company, chart field, or a segment for department, any the account number segment, then the sub account number segment, project, or the cost center, or is it the business unit, or the class of employees, or something other segment also. So as you can see here, I have just had an example where my land, that is a type of fixed asset, when comes into my chart of accounts, it is segmented into five chart fields or segments, which contains a company, the department, ADM, that is the administration, account number, the natural account number is 2005, sub account, it is a sub account of immovable property, let's say, then the immovable account number is 2000, and the project or the cost center, anything which you would like to put it there, the next field segment is BISP. And if I am not using an alphanumeric, I am using, or if I am using all the numbers, then I can have the company or the subsidiary number, that is 111, department number 002, again the account number, the sub account number, and the project or the cost center or the department or the business unit, whatever you would like to put, the fifth or sixth, as many segments as you want, you can put it. So this is how a unique number is given to each and every account that is present into the chart of accounts, usually in most of the entities and the ERP systems. But it makes the whole COA, that is my chart of accounts, very bulky. So when I come down to NetSuite, NetSuite gives the organization the chance to consolidate their chart of accounts by removing the segment and the subsidiaries out from their COA structure, as NetSuite allows the users to dictate these classifications on the transaction header and line. Hence, as you can see, in a NetSuite chart of accounts, the only two important elements that I provide at the time of introducing an account into my COA is the account number and the account name. Rest, all the information, be it your currency, be it your subsidiary, the department, class, location, everything can be actually provided and classified as and when you enter the transaction or enter the financial transaction into your books of accounts. Moving on to our NetSuite application. So this is my Oracle NetSuite applications chart of accounts. I can go to the chart of accounts page by setup manager, accounting, manage GL, and then chart of accounts. When I click this, this page is open. This window opens up. So this is my chart of accounts that is into the NetSuite application. And as you can see, the important information, all the important information by for classification of any account is the number and the account, and internal ID which is provided by the system itself. So this is my chart of accounts. As you can see, as compared to the other ERP and other business entities, they have their chart of accounts into the string section, as per the stringed or chart fields segmented chart of accounts that they have. It is actually smaller than what they have. The NetSuite helps you, is flexible, and it helps you to manage a smaller chart of accounts. Now let us just say I would like to introduce a new account into my COA. So I'm going to click new, this new tab that is there, and this page will open up. Now, as you can see, let us just focus on all the important and compulsory information that I'll have to put. So the important, the compulsory information that I have to put is the number, account number, name, type of account, currency, and the subsidiary. These 5 elements are the only elements that I have to put to introduce any account into my COA. So let's say I would like to introduce same land that we were having in the example that we took. Name was land. It is the sub account. If I want to choose, I can. If I do not want to choose immovable property head, I can skip it also. Type, it is a fixed asset. As you can see, there are types: expenses, revenues, COGS, fixed assets, other current assets, other current liabilities, accounts payable, accounts receivables, bank, credit cards, equity. All of these are present in the type. You can choose from there. And let us just focus on, as of now, only for the important information. So these 3 important information has been given. Currency has been removed because on the choose when I have chosen fixed asset, so the currency has been removed from the important ones. And the subsidiary here, as I can choose the subsidiary here, the only thing is when I'm choosing a subsidiary, it makes it less prone to error. Let's say I have introduced land over here, and if I'm not selecting a subsidiary in which, if I'm a multi-subsidiary company, if I'm not selecting the parent or the subsidiary for which I am creating this particular account, there are chances that this account, let's say it is for BISP training only. If I'm selecting BISP training only here, this land fixed asset is particularly for my BISP training subsidiary. But if I'm not choosing it here, I am prone to error. I can make transactions of this land into any subsidiary, be it Australia, US East, US West, and all of those. So if I'm choosing the subsidiary, what happens at the time of entering the transaction, the first thing I do is, the first step when entering a transaction is to select the subsidiary. When I'm selecting the subsidiary BISP trainings, all the accounts that have been made specially for BISP training will open up, and I'll be able to enter the transactions into them. So it makes it less prone to error. So these were the only important things that I'll have to choose at the time of creation of an account. Rest everything can be adjusted, can be classified and dictated at the time of the transaction when it is entered into the books of accounts. As and when any financial transaction happens for land on this particular account, everything will be chosen at the time when that financial transaction is introduced or entered into my books of accounts. So after here, I'll be saving it, and it will be introduced into my COA. I'm not creating it here because I have already done that. So this is how within minutes and seconds a new new account can be introduced into my COA without getting too much into the chart field segments and strings. Now this was when I want to enter a new 1, 2, 3 or any up till 10 accounts onto my COA. Now let us say I would like to introduce 100 and 200 accounts into my COA. Then in that case, I do not have to every time click on new, provide the information of my accounts and then introduce it into my COA. I can also import the accounts from a CSV file or from a flat file. So this is the flat file that I have prepared. This is the flat file, a CSV Excel spreadsheet that I have that contains the information of the accounts that I would like to introduce into my COA. As you can see, only the important fields I have just entered, which includes the account number, account name, account type, subsidiaries, and currency. Since I've already done it, I'll show you the steps of doing it, and since I've already imported it, I'll show you the result also. So into the setup, you will go to import export, import CSV records. Here you can actually create a new CSV record file also, but since I had already uploaded, there are certain saved CSV imports also, so that you will not have to choose this import type, record type, and everything. Everything is just saved. You will have to upload the file and scan it and import it. But let us just start with from the scratch on how you will have to scan, upload, and everything. Import type is my accounting, record type is my chart of accounts. I can select from all of these. Character encoding, I can select from here whatever is the character encoding I'm using. Comma delimiter or semicolon, tab, or whichever CSV file delimation you're using. Then the file that I would like to upload, this is the file that I would like to import. Add, update, or whatever you would like, whatever option you would like to choose. Let's say I would like to update the amounts, or I'd like to update the type, or something I would like to update. I can actually add new accounts to the current accounts and add or update whatever the system thinks fit, it will do. If there are no account, if my file has 10 accounts out of which 8 are already present, so it is going to add the other 2 accounts into the COA and update any changes in the rest 8 of the 8 accounts if it has so. Then I will have to map my fields. So let us start with account name. Account name is my account name. Account number is account number. Account type is account type. Rest everything has been updated. Subsidiaries, all of these required fields, as you can see, name, number, type, and subsidiary are the required fields. Currency I've just included, you can also skip it. And then you are going to click next. So there was some error, I am just mapping it again. And yes, so now it has come to save mapping and start import. So I can give a mapping name, that is import map name. Here I've given BISP. You can give your own map name so that next time you can use it again if you're importing the chart of accounts again. So I'm going to just save and run. But I am not going to run it because I've already, let us just run only. So as you can see, it has I have got the confirmation. Now I can just view the import status. So this is the import status where 3 of the 3 records have been imported successfully. Let us just go back to our chart of accounts so that I'll be able to see whether my accounts have been imported or not. We'll be finding it by our account numbers. The account numbers that we had used were 6511, 6512, and 6513. So these are my account numbers. As you can see, I have just clicked it, so they are highlighted over here. These were the account numbers and the accounts that we had imported. So this is how I can import to more than 10, more than 20 records directly from my CSV file. So this was all from my side on chart of accounts on the Oracle NetSuite application. In case of any queries, help or consultation required from our side in the NetSuite application, please just do get back to us at www.bispsolutions.com, where we would be happy to help you. Thank you so much.